What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 India AI only battle. We continue onwards. A lot of units here for Gupta, which is a bit concerning when that happens. It did crash a few times, but I've realised when opening it, I've realised if I close the recording software, open the game, and then open the recording software, it works fine. So we should be able to go a little bit further. Hopefully we will get a winner. As we said, on the info addicts, it did look like Pakistan was the winner essentially. If we'd have stopped now, we're not going to, but you know, they're winning at the moment across the most categories. I think that was more than fair enough to say. And then there was obviously a bit of a fight between the other three for second place. Burma was actually probably better off than maybe I'd given them credit for as well. And then Vietnam's sort of left kind of on their own, and then there's a few survivors scraping through. Moria, Bengal's in another category, even to Moria, which is pretty sad for them, and Harappa, of course, at the edge of the map as well, who might be safe at this point, just because of how it works. You never know, maybe they'll get taken out here. I don't think this city can actually fall, though. I think this one would have to go in a peace deal. I don't know, it's in a mountain, I don't know what has happened there. I'm pretty sure it's a natural mountain too, like, maybe it's part of the mountain wall, but then I feel like that would have been, I don't know. Well, this one's part of the mountain wall, so this is probably just is a natural mountain, so that's quite weird. Although it says desert, so maybe not. Yeah, it does say desert. Maybe this is just a graphical glitch. Maybe this is a normal tile, because it says desert, and this one says mountain. And this tile also says desert. Okay, so maybe it's just a visual thing for some reason. That's fine. A lot of weapons there. There's quite a few in this city too, which is a new settlement that emerged at some point in the gap that has filled up very quickly. So we saw 3 cities burn down here, but yeah, they filled it up pretty quick. Border wise, there's no tiles left. Gupta, of course, did win that diplomatic victory. They have a few less votes now. Only Vietnam, I don't know what Vietnam did to get embargoed, but there you go, they're embargoed, and Pakistan are embargoed, but we obviously saw Pakistan with the biggest economy. So I hope that's, they're probably coping with it, unless that's very recent, which I don't think it was. I think it's been like that for a while. I feel like when you're just huge, you can kind of run an internal economy, especially in Civ, not getting into the real world, but you know, if you're like a big enough country, you probably have enough stuff that you don't need to rely as much on others. There you go. Politics for the day. That is a lot of nukes in there. Jesus, 3 atomic bombs, 2 nuclear missiles, which of course could threaten Vietnam, who themselves now have an atomic bomb to defend themselves. So I think everyone has them now, apart from Harappa and Moria. And Harappa might actually be able to get one soon as well, if they have any uranium. Burma certainly had some. Yep, they have one at least. There. Just one, but that can be enough. And Moria, evidence isn't there, but I feel like they might be building one every few, quite a long time and using it, and then that's it. Whether they'll build any more now, they're only down to 2 cities, I'm not sure. But I think, yeah, they were building they've built a couple and used them straight away, sort of thing. I might be wrong on that, but this city seemed to have been hit with one, or at least damaged, and all the units around it were damaged, which would imply a nuke, even if the radiation didn't load in. And I think one of these cities got hit with one as well earlier on. Maybe it was this one, that one. Maybe it was further up. Regardless, some settlers there. I don't know exactly where they're heading. Probably just going to settle within the borders that already exist. There's actually 4 or 5 settlers here. 6 settlers within Pakistan's territory. There's also a Harappan settler. I don't believe there's any free land tiles on the map. So it will just be within the existing borders, which is fine. It's something you can do. Certainly when they're quite spread out as well, so they have plenty of places they could do it. Some civs probably wouldn't be able to fit anywhere in, but they probably can. Yeah, I don't see any. Oh my goodness, that is just ridiculous. It's got to worry Pakistan, I'm sure. It worries me that the game won't work if they declare war on anyone. Yeah, there is no land tiles left, apart from mounted, I guess, yeah, up here, which has been pretty untouched by the borders. I feel like is the AI border growth tool smart enough to know not to, they can't get up here, they can't work it. I mean, it would seem that way. It certainly didn't used to be like that, but they've really not grown that far. Compared to how far some of these cities have grown into the sea, like it's not the same. Like here it's obviously sort of gone for that resource. But actually there is some empty land tiles here. Not that there's a settler nearby, but they do exist. Okay. Keep looking around. Yeah, I'm a bit worried. Gupta seems to... They were already on 2 million troops only 8 turns ago. I'd not be surprised. I mean, visually, that could easily be 3 million now, just because it's gone up by about a third. Let's have a look. Would be worried. Let's just look. Military. Yeah, look, there was a point here which is... No, Info Addicts, it was 1.5 to 2 million, which is probably about probably here. In terms of when we did it, that's still not quite to scale, but somewhere like here. And then they've just had this huge extra push. Also, someone in blue, I think that's Burma, has shot up into 3rd in military manpower. That is very impressive. From Burma, oh yeah, oh my goodness, yes. Okay, and this side, yeah, definitely. Of course, they do have the tech disadvantage compared to the other main 4 in India. But there we go. It's pretty cool. So many units. This would be brutal if there's... It might not happen. I'm trying to work out, should we force them to do it or not. Do leave a comment if you think we should. I'm recording on the day, so I'll see the comment before tomorrow if you do it on today. If that makes sense at all. You've got like 12 hours or so. Maybe no, more than 12, maybe like 16 hours from when it was posted till I probably sit down to record the next one. So do feel free to suggest it. Maybe we should just make them fight. Maybe we shouldn't. It's awkward because it was an easy decision in like the Japan game or the Scandinavia game when there was just 2 civs left at the end to do it. But here there's quite a few still alive, so it feels it's who would I make fight who? How does that affect the others, sort of thing. It would be pretty cool to see maybe something like Pakistan and Chola v Gupta and Pandya, but I feel like the numbers are very quickly going to get out of hand. And obviously, but we saw Burma. Maybe we'd need Burma. Hang on, could we do a 3v2? Let's just have a look. Could maybe propose something here. I mean, yeah, these are the top 5. They all have 1 million. Vietnam's in there as well. Maybe we just create chaos. 1 million, 1 million, 1.1. And we have 2 at sort of 1.5 and then 2.3. So if we were to make fair teams, you'd probably put Gupta with 2 of Pandya, Chola and Vietnam. We know they're friends with Pandya. Maybe we give them Vietnam. So what's that? That is essentially 2.1, 4.4 to 4.5 million. And then Pakistan and Burma is about 3 million. Yeah, it is between them. And then if you give them Chola, that would get them to 4. So still a little bit behind. But that might be a fun one. And obviously we could throw Moria in. I don't know if it would work, so I don't want to promise too much. But yeah, if you want me to just, next episode, just throw them all at each other, especially if nothing happens in the rest of this one, then we can do that. Let me know. We'll need like a consensus, maybe. Maybe if we put a comment for yes, a comment for no, and then see which one gets more likes. That'll work. If I remember to put the comment. But yeah, we can maybe set up like a big ending like that. It's not guaranteed to work out perfectly, but we can try. They'll probably end up like declaring war on their teammates in the middle of it all. Wait, what the heck? Wait, what? They didn't peace out. But, oh, okay, well, some troops came over. There we go, Chola takes control of that city. That is, was not expected. There we go. That has happened. So yeah, just I guess the proposal, it would be Chola, Pakistan, and Burma up against Vietnam. So you'd have Burma v Vietnam. And then you'd have Gupta and Pandya, which would sort of obviously fight, which borders all 3 of them, between the 2 of them. So that'd be kind of cool. I'm not sure it'd work though. There's just so many units here. I'll have to do them like one turn at a time to make it start. It also seems a bit harsh because some aren't prepared as much. You know, Pandya's seems pretty just settled at the moment. Chola's kind of ready to defend, but not much. And yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous. And again, Pakistan's units are sort of all over the place at the moment, not on the border, so it does seem a bit harsh. Maybe to throw them into a fight. Yeah, they're very much defensively orientated. You can see when they have the cities all surrounded. That normally means they're happy. They're not doing anything. I guess you can't really tell with Gupta. They just have so much. They could be on the offensive or defensive. Bengal caravan. What else we got? Resistance for 3 more turns in that big city. Be good for Burma, getting access to that city. Chola was not embargoed, but world ideology autocracy did pass. I think most of them are now following that, or at least certainly of the ones who are still alive are following that one. Yep, all of them who have picked. Bengal hasn't picked because they don't have 3 cities, so they could never build the 3 factories. They also might not have the coal. Yeah, they haven't got there. Although I think eventually it lets you pick. I'm pretty sure, like once you reach a certain era, but I guess they're not there yet. But yeah, all of them autocratic nations at the moment. Jeez. If these were normal infantry, it'd probably be okay. The problem is XCOM squads, they all teleport or you know, do their little drop in. And I think that's what causes it to kind of just go haywire. Another city here, that's just another small army of planes. Vietnam, little ships sailing off the coast, seeing what they're up to. Giant death robot there, just being shipped around. 2 of them actually, just walked through Chola. Just, you know, these farmers would have just been watching it walk through the fields. Big submarine off the coast. Quite an intimidating world they've created here. Particularly if you live in Gupta, which is a lot, you know, a good proportion of this world's population. Just wherever you go, even the farms have XCOM squads just practicing in them. There's bazooka guys on your border. It's aggressive. There's even your troops now flowing into Chola territory because you've run out of space. Moria as well. I wonder, will there is a limit to that open borders. You can see Pakistan has not given them that. Neither has Pandya, but Chola has given it to both of them. So there you go. And now this way, Burma also not going to give it to them, which makes sense. You feel like the enemies or potential enemies aren't going to give that over just so easily. It does make a lot of sense. I feel like Burma is gearing up to go after Vietnam. That's why I'm a bit concerned about, like, if we make them fight, because we might ruin it. Because it does look like they are somewhat prepared for this with all these troops. I wonder if they've taken the number 2 spot yet, just in the last few turns. It would be quite impressive if they have. Bit of a shift from Pakistan. I see they're moving quite a few of their planes and missiles around, keeping anyone on their toes. They're not exactly weak, but yeah, this is just... It does look different. But again, Pakistan's a lot bigger, so it's not as bad as it looks. Let's just have another look. I mean, it could be. I mean, they're still... Okay, Burma's dropped off, but they are still... Yeah, they're still 900k behind, which is a lot. But they're certainly not going to be like pushovers. That's for sure. But it is interesting because they, like I said, they won pretty much most of the categories, or certainly the most categories. But they might not be. I think they even maybe they didn't top production, but yeah, again, the amount of tiles they have, like 3 tiles to every one that Gupta has, so it does make them look a bit more intimidating because Gupta's filled all theirs, whereas here there's just loads of empty space. But yeah, obviously it's kind of probably about a 3-to-1 size, or at least 2-to-1 size ratio, and then Gupta has more troops, so obviously they're going to look a little bit more scary when everything's just packed in together. Seems like there is a good railroad network for Pakistan, somewhat. A bit chaotic, I don't know what's a couple of loops here. But all around it seems okay. Some cities not as connected. Actually no, it looks like they're all connected somewhere, which is good. Not fancying it, Burma. I understand. I don't know who is attacking Vietnam. They seem to always have troops that are like hurt. But I don't know what that, where they've been hurt. Is it gonna diplomacy overview, not World Congress? Please don't crash, because I clicked both. Okay, no, we don't want this. We wanted this. Is Vietnam at war with anyone? Like how? Oh, Pakistan and Europa. Oh, okay. Well, they are going to be getting bombed then. Over the mountains. That hurts, and that also puts a bit of an issue in our teams. Well, no, they can all declare individual wars, I guess. Pakistan is slowly filling up. They have a ton of stuff hidden. Is this the stuff that was down here? No, this is different stuff. They do have a lot of air power hidden away up here. A lot of guided missiles, a nuke, an atomic bomb, a load of guided missiles there, a load of nukes there as well. So yeah, they are hiding stuff away as well. Interesting. Up in the far corner, out of... I was going to say they can't see, but I'd imagine now they will have sort of satellites and everything. Most of them were at Tech 80 a while ago, so they can see everything. So that is not necessarily true. We just need to hope they don't team up and come for this submarine. Who is that? Someone owns this. How does Burma own this tile? What? How's that happen? Weird game. Weird. It's been a weird one, but I must have been Burma and like given that one to myself, then realised I made a mistake and then given me this one instead. That's quite funny. But yeah, very weird. Oil. No, it doesn't seem... I can't believe that the AI's not got oil rigs here. Like, surely. They have enough workers, right? Like, going around. Surely they didn't send a work... Oh no, fishing boats are different, actually. Maybe not. You'd deal that they have enough. I think it just doesn't load in. Like, here you can see it says farm on these tiles that don't show farm. But here it doesn't. It just says 5 oil. I mean, the other ones? There's somewhere we can visibly see the platform. I don't know if it says... Maybe not. There's one, but that's on land. That's just the graphic in the water. We need to find an oil well that we can see in the water. There must be one somewhere. I'm certain I saw one. I don't know where it is though. There's one. See, that says offshore platform. So are you telling me all these other civs are just not using all their oil? maybe that's the case. This one also, again, we can see it, but it also says offshore platform. If they were using this, I think it would say offshore. But maybe not. There will be some resources hidden under the actual cities as well that we can't really see, but in the tile that they've settled on. I did check, by the way, there's no civs to be killed off. I checked before this one started. They've all sort of died as they lost their last city. But there we go, we're going to hit turn 377. We actually made 27 turns in 20 minutes. That is quite impressive. So it's still running okay. Don't know how we managed that, but there you go. It's not a huge map. I think that's probably helping a lot. You know, it's not, compared to some of the other stuff we've done, it's not huge. And obviously about half of it is either sea or cut off, so that certainly helps as well. Yeah, if you took like the cut off bit of land and put that into the dip of where India kind of is, it's not the same. It's not as pointy. It's more wide, but it would probably be about the same amount of tiles, if not more. So it is about half. But there we go, 377. We'll do one more. Lucky day. But no new wars broke out, so there you go. I will make sure to leave a comment. I might not put it immediately because I think I'm in a class when this video comes out. But I will try and put one up as soon as possible, and there'll be like a let them fight option and an or I might just do a poll, but we'll see. There'll either be a comment or there'll have been a poll go out, which is like, we let them fight, you know, Godzilla guy, just let them go at it, or we can have just keep going and see if it's meant to be, it will happen sort of approach. And of course I can maybe do a few turns off video so that you don't have to wait around as long for it to happen if it does happen. But we probably have to, if we want to make them fight, it probably has to be now, and it might already be too late, but hopefully it would still work if that's the option you choose. But there you go, that's me rambling on. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.